Q106.7 weather.
Here's your KQNK forecast. Bright sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 52. Winds out of the west 10 to 20 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows dip down to about 23. Ample sunshine expected tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 51. Dry with temps a bit above average Friday and Saturday, and highs from the mid-50s to the upper 50s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Right now, 29.
Kansas Information Network News. I'm Jen Austin. The Great Bend City Council unanimously approved a settlement with Suki Construction.
The Great Bend City Council voted 8-0 Monday to settle with Suki Construction over issues at the SRCA drag strip, which has been closed since 23 due to safety concerns. The $1.6 million track replacement, funded partly by a state grant, faced problems after high spots were found on the surface, making it unsafe for racing. Arbitration with Suki is resolved, but a lawsuit continues against local engineers EBH, who oversaw the project. Details of the settlement were not disclosed. I'm J.P. Bazette.
A semi that was hauling a windmill tower lost its load on Monday on K156 highway near Hanston. The highway was closed between US 183 and 283 junctions for more than a day, but a crane removed it on Tuesday to get traffic flowing again. Hodgman County Public Schools were canceled on Tuesday because the highway was closed between Jetmore and Hanston, but it should be open again now. This is Kansas Information Network News.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Good morning. I'm Natalie Hadley with your KQNK News. Brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC, serving all of your chemical and fertilizer needs. In September, 57-year-old Monty Joe Wilson of Ellis County pled no contest to voluntary manslaughter in the death of his 54-year-old brother, Mark Wilson, on September 19, 2022, and he was recently sentenced to more than 19 years in prison. Monty Wilson was initially arrested and charged with second-degree murder and aggravated battery. According to the court documents, Mark Wilson was found beaten to death at a home in the 200 block of West 6th in Hayes on the night of September 19, 2022, and Monty Wilson was located and arrested at the scene. On Thursday, Ellis County District Court Judge Glenn Braun sentenced Monty Wilson to 233 months in prison for voluntary manslaughter. Monty Wilson's attorney filed a motion for a downward departure at sentencing, arguing that Monty deserved a lesser sentence due to several factors, and among those were his age, his lack of a recent criminal history, and his acceptance of responsibility in the case. Braun denied the motion and called Monty Wilson an experienced criminal defendant with 9 prior felony convictions ranging from theft and drug possession to aggravated battery. The judge also said there are more aggravating factors than what would allow the court to consider a downward departure, and Judge Braun said Mark Wilson's disability was also a factor. The Kansas Wildlife and Parks Commission will hold their last public meeting of 2024 tomorrow, Thursday, November 21st, at the Great Plains Nature Center in Wichita. The meeting will begin at noon and continue until all the agenda items are addressed. Attendees can participate in person or virtually, and instructions for joining by Zoom, phone, or live streaming are available at ksoutdoors.com under Instructions to Participate in Virtual Meeting. The meeting will open with a public hearing during which commissioners will vote on regulations that include Elk 25 series regulations and military deer seasons. Following the public hearing, commissioners will take comments on non-agenda items, receive updates on the agency's fiscal status, and hear a legislative briefing. And commissioners will then listen to a general discussion covering fur bearer regulations. Workshop sessions items, which are items that may be voted on in the future, will then be discussed, and they include antelope, open season, bag limit and permits, elk, open season, bag limit and permits, deer 25 series, big game regulations, big game 4 series, permanent regulations, and a 5-year review of threatened, endangered, and species in need of conservation lists. The meeting will conclude with an additional opportunity for public comment on non-agenda items, and the complete agenda and briefing book, which includes proposed regulation changes, can be downloaded at ksoutdoors.com. The next commission meeting is scheduled for Thursday, January 30th, 2025 at the Fossil Creek Hotel in Russell. Governor Kelly proclaimed November 18th through the 24th as Use Antibiotics Wisely Week in Kansas, when the Kansas Department of Health and Environment is asking healthcare providers and Kansans to use antibiotics wisely to help protect from the threat of growing resistance. This one-week observance, led by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and joined each year by more than 300 organizations, is to promote awareness of antibiotic resistance, or AR, and to share the importance of appropriate antibiotic prescribing and use across the United States. Kansas Department of Health and Environment Chief Medical Officer Dr. Derek Totten said that by working together, they must improve the prescribing and use of antibiotic and antifungal drugs and pursue infection prevention actions across the health of humans, animals, plants, and the environment. He said everyone can help prevent the development of new antibiotic resistance bacteria by using antibiotics only when appropriate and as they are prescribed. This will go a long way in helping to protect all Kansans, as antibiotic awareness does not mean stopping the use of antibiotics. It means improving the way antibiotics are prescribed and used. Each year, more than 2.8 million people in the United States contract AR infections, and more than 35,000 of those people die. Kansas is the 10th highest antibiotic prescribing state, with 803 antibiotic prescriptions per 1,000 population, and it's the 11th worst in the nation for implementing antibiotic stewardship programs in hospitals. To learn more about antibiotic resistance, you can visit cdc.gov. In Nebraska news, according to court documents, on November 7th, a Seward County, Nebraska sheriff's deputy pulled over a white Ford F-250 on I-80 eastbound north of Pleasant Dell for following too close and driving on the shoulder. The driver identified himself as 47-year-old Jacob Bongers of Oregon and stated that he had personal use marijuana in his truck. The deputy conducted a probable cause search of Bonger's vehicle and found several cardboard boxes containing heat-sealed packages of suspected marijuana in the bed of the truck, and the deputy also reportedly found 6 grams of suspected methamphetamine in Bonger's pants pocket. In total, the sheriff's office collected 11 boxes that had a combined weight of 340 pounds of marijuana, and the deputy noted that both substances were field tested and came back positive for THC as well as methamphetamine. According to jail records, Bongers was arrested and lodged in the Seward County Jail, and his bond was set at 10% of $500,000. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, and possession of a controlled substance without a tax stamp. He's scheduled to make his first appearance in Seward County Court today, November 20th at 9 a.m. The Nebraska State Patrol reported that a man was arrested on Tuesday, November 12th, after a deadly crash in rural western Nebraska. The crash happened around 3:30 p.m. on Highway 385, just north of Bridgeport in Morrell County, where the Nebraska State Patrol said a Chevy Express delivery van was heading south when it crashed into a Ford F-150 waiting for cattle to cross the road. The driver of the Ford, 65-year-old Kim Wills of Alliance, was taken to a hospital where she later died. The patrol said the van's driver, 21-year-old Daniel Flores of Mitchell, was arrested on suspicion of motor vehicle homicide and careless driving. I'll be back with more in just a moment.
Firebolt Ag is a full-service fertilizer and chemical retailer. They customize products for individual farmers' needs, with the primary focus being customer profitability. Let Josh and Jack help you get the most out of your farm ground. They also provide in-house marketing with Ron Wall of Flatwater Solutions. Visit Ron in Phillipsburg or call Josh at 785-854-8484 or Jack at 308-840-2819. Firebolt Ag, your leader in agriculture.
Now we'll hear from Fig Millen and Norton Blue Jay cross-country coach George Rossi to update on the team and their season.
I'm here with head cross-country coach George Rossi. Coach, you traveled down to Lawrence to do 3A state cross-country at Rimrock. Of course, that you know that track or that course quite well. But the girls' team, a fourth-place finish and 2 medalists with Emma and Kaysen. But you've got to be pretty happy with that fourth-place finish.
Yeah, we were, I was very happy. We knew that I kind of thought before the meet that there was an umbrella between, like, any place between third place and seventh place. I thought there were a lot of teams that could vie for those positions. And, for a little while after the race, I thought maybe we were going to sneak in. Our kids ran extremely well. The weather, right when the kids took off, started to get really wet, and I think our girls handled it extremely well. Finished in fourth place, and the teams that beat us are all, great teams. Heston ended up winning. Trinity was second. Southeast Saline, have won 5 state titles in a row, finished in third. So pretty good company there, and happy to be in the top 4. Our kids, like you said, did great. Emma was 10th place. She ran her season fastest time. Kaysen Miller finished in 16th, and Kaysen got better and better every meet. Every time she stepped on the course, she ended up getting a PR. And in the sloppy weather and the mud and the slickness, she was able to PR and ran a fantastic time of 2020. So I was very proud of her. Savannah was 44th, and Cassidy made a great finish at the end. She closed down a lot of places and finished right behind Savannah in 46th. Danica ran her second fastest time of the year, finished in 88th, and Lorelei finished in 94th, and Natalie Simmons finished out her cross-country career and finished 108th. So, I thought the girls worked hard all year long, and we were very proud and happy that we could come away with a top 5 finish.
Do you think, knowing the course, and of course the weather is always not ideal when it comes to state, those runners probably kind of knew what they needed to do there at that course?
Well, kind of. We used to run at the Rimrock Invitational earlier in the season, and we didn't do that when we moved our meet. Kaysen and Danica and Cassidy had never seen that course. We got the night before, and we go through the course all the way through it, and we talk about, this hill and that hill and what to look out for. And, the other girls that have ran it, help the new ones good. And sometimes I think it kind of helps with the newness, especially like a girl like Kaysen. I mean, she has no fear. And when she saw those hills, she knew it sets up good for her. I think the steeper it is for her, the better she runs. She just zigs up the hills faster than anything. And I thought she had a fantastic meet. So it goes both ways. I think sometimes if you run that course a lot, you know it. If you don't, sometimes, that's just as good being a little bit of a surprise, and you don't know sometimes really what to expect.
On the boys' side, of course, you didn't qualify the team, but you did qualify 2 runners, Aston and Tyler. What did you think of their performance?
I thought they ran great. Aston ran 17:13, just finished just outside the medals. He was 5 seconds out. He finished in 24th. And looking back at past results, 17-13 many times would get you a medal. This year 3A was crazy competitive. I think take away 5 and 6A from 4A on down, 3A was by far, I feel like, the most competitive class. So Aston ran a great race. Tyler also ran a great race. Tyler broke 18 again, and to do it at Rimrock, finished in 53rd, and he had a great race and passed a lot of kids at the end with a strong finish like Tyler always has. So very proud of those boys. They wish they could have had a team run with them, but they gave out their best effort, and we're very happy with their times and their places.
Coach, every final interview that we do, we always ask about the state of the team and what to look for next year, and of course seniors that are be leaving this year.
Well, yeah, on the girls' side, we lose Natalie Simmons, who, she's not the fastest girl on our team, but she works so hard and never complains, and that girl is, I think the other girls look at her as, somebody that shows a great work ethic, and you do what you need to do, and Natalie she's done a lot for our team just in being always there, and she's a great supporter of everybody else and a great leader. You know, we're going to miss her on the boys' side. Tyler Stewart and Brexton Eisenhagen, both of those kids, put all their effort out. And Tyler, especially, he wanted so badly to go to state, and he knew that at the regionals he was going to have to PR by 30 plus some seconds, which is really hard for a kid that's a senior in high school to do. And he did that and got his chance to run at the state meet. And he's a great leader. He's a quiet kid, but the kids, I think, absolutely look up to him and follow his lead. And Brexton did a lot of good things for us too. And Brexton took a lot of videos for us at state meet, and the kid was in a dead sprint with that GoPro. So I'm curious to hopefully look at those tapes and see what he did. But we're going to miss those kids a lot. We have a lot of great talent coming back on both sides. The girls, we have our top 6 runners coming back, and hopefully we'll get some more kids out. And the same with the boys. We have most of our kids coming back. We lose out of our top 7, just Tyler and Brexton, and we have kids that ran well in JV this year, and hopefully we'll get some new ones coming up from the junior high that will help us out. And I think the state of the team is bright, to say the least.
Well, Coach, we congratulate you on your efforts throughout the year and your team doing some excellent performances throughout the year. Reporting for KQNK, I'm Fig Millen.
Thank you, Fig and Coach Rossi, and congratulations to the cross-country team for a great season. Your menu today for Eisenhower Elementary School: for lunch, you'll be having corn dog, sweet potato tots, pepper strips, fruit cocktail, and milk. For Norton Community High School and Junior High, your lunch today will be breaded chicken sandwich or Mr. Rib sandwich with French fries, fruit, and milk. And for Northern Valley Schools, your lunch today will be chicken pepperoni pasta, roll, vegetable, and fruit. I'm Natalie Hadley. Your KQNK News was brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC, farmers helping farmers to succeed. You can contact Firebolt Ag today to get the most out of your farmland. Your KQNK weather forecast is being brought to you by Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, your Norton experts for all of your pest control needs. Your forecast for today: it should be sunny with the high near 52 and breezy with a west wind of 20 to 25 miles per hour, decreasing to 10 to 15 miles per hour in the afternoon, and the winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour. For tonight, it should be clear with the low around 23 and a west wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Thursday, it should be sunny with the high near 51 and a northwest wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. And on Thursday night, should be mostly clear with the low around 22. I'll be back with the rest of your forecast in just a moment.
When you got bugs, we know what a nuisance that can be.
Lock 'em out. From Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, Lock 'em Out is our very effective residential insect prevention program. We'll come to your place and treat your foundation plus all insect entryways. And while we're there, receive a free termite inspection. Call Mr. Rich Wenzel, our certified technician in Norton, at 785-202-0167. That's 202-0167.
Continuing with your weather forecast, on Friday it should be sunny with a high near 57. On Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 57. On Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 53. On Monday, partly sunny with a high near 45. And on Tuesday, it should be partly sunny with a high near 43. Currently, with fair skies, it is 32 degrees. The humidity is 55%. The wind speed is west at 15 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 30.24. The dew point is 18 degrees, and the current wind chill is 22 degrees. Your weather was brought to you by Hinkle Termite and Pest Control right here in Norton. You can call Hinkle Termite and Pest Control at 785-202-0167 for all of your pest control needs. It is 8:22 and it's time for Kansas Sports. That's being brought to you by United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything they do for you.
Save more, earn more with the Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union. Enrollment in this program automatically rounds up the amount of all debit card and share draft purchases made from your checking account to the next whole dollar and deposits into the Easy Saver savings account. Not only will this account help you save, but it also earns 2.01% APY monthly. Special terms and conditions apply. Come in today and open your Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything we do for you. NCUA insured.
KIN Sports, I'm Spencer Dupuis. Wide receiver Tyquan Thornton has signed with the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad, a source told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler on Monday. Thornton was waived on Saturday by the New England Patriots and cleared waivers Monday. He had interest from more than a dozen teams, according to Fowler. A 2022 second-round pick out of Baylor with blazing speed, Thornton never emerged as a top threat the Patriots had hoped he would become after he clocked a 4.28 in the 40-yard dash time at the NFL Combine. The 6'2", 185-pound Thornton played in 6 games this season for the Pats. With 1 start, he totaled 4 catches for 47 yards. Overall, he appeared in 28 games with 13 starts for them and had 39 catches for 385 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Chiefs, who lost Hollywood Brown and Rashee Rice with injuries, continue to look for help at receiver. They signed veteran Juju Smith-Schuster shortly after the start of the season and traded for DeAndre Hopkins last month. The Chiefs suffered their first loss of the season on Sunday and look to get back in the win column when they take on the Panthers Sunday at 12 p.m. on CBS. Kansas Information Network Sports, I'm Spencer Dupuis.
This month, we're highlighting the performance of DeKalb products in Kansas. Joining me is DeKalb agronomist Jeff Schaaf. And Jeff, what are you seeing and hearing about the 2024 harvest in the sunflower state?
We're having an outstanding year with the DeKalb product portfolio in Kansas. A few products that I'd like to point out are DKC 6425, DKC 6835, and then a new one, DKC 11443. The first product, DKC 6425, is a product that farmers have used on their field for several years now, and it's been a solid top-yielding product once again this year. It's Kansas tough. The second product, 6835, is one that I'd like to highlight because of its extremely high yield potential. It's a credit to our fantastic group of breeders for DeKalb. They never settle in bringing products that fit our area. The third is a new product, DKC 11443.
Thanks, Jeff. And for more information on the DeKalb lineup, visit cropscience.com/DeKalb.
It's true, many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree, and I'd like to help. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Philip Eisenhagen. Together we can give your long-term retirement strategy the attention it deserves. Stop by our office at 418 East Holm here in Norton or call 877-3373. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.